Have you seen Rocky Balboa? Like not the
Which part? Yes.
yeah, there's like 25 of them, but the one that's just titled Rocky Balboa, where his son is grown up and whatever.
No, I have not seen that one.
Okay, so all right, I'm gonna nerd out a little bit here.
Okay.
But there's a scene where he's in a disagreement with his son.
Mm-hmm.
He thinks his son should be pushing through in life a little bit. And he says, I'm going to butcher the quote, but it's something to the effect of, it's not about how many times you get knocked down. It's about how many times you get back
Mm-hmm.
up. Right. Which like is all Rocky, like that. He made movies about how many times that guy got the snot kicked out of him and then got back up,
And won the match.
Yeah, well, even in the Rocky videos where he doesn't win, they still made a whole movie about where he like lost in the end, but it was his spirit, that everyone admired. And I think of that and I'm like, everyone resonates with that. And yet somehow when we get to business, we just kind of forget that that's the mentality. That should be the mentality. We have to pretend like everything's perfect and everything should go perfectly, but that's not how the real world works. And we really do rely on people to have that same spirit, that like Rocky spirit, and that's why, like NEI, in the most recent triple survey, we got number 1 in service recovery, and that is that spirit, and so it just kind of boggles my mind a little bit how it's like, don't forget that in business, like things go wrong. You need to be with people who know how to act when things go wrong.
Well, and I think that's the past 3-4 years. That's what that has taught us, definitely. And knowing there are things outside of anyone's control. Sitting here in the room, when you're on your calls, we all knew we couldn't control the congestion at the ports, the borders closing, outside of our control. What we could do is just try to manage the situation. What's next? What can we solve for? And that's become a bit of the new norm. And then when we have our clients who, some can be fabulous partners in understanding that because they're seeing this within their own walls, so to speak, of we never had this before. Nope, because this is unprecedented for most people who are working now, who went through these past years. How do we get through it together? Because the perfection part, that's the real life. How do we work through it together? Yeah. Being proactive, critically thinking, moving down the steps, and still keeping that vision there of the excellent service. That's our goal. And when we don't meet it, we know that it's not what we want to have. But I think you can still have excellent service recovery. Mm-hmm. We can still find ways to reach that excellency, even if initially it wasn't that outcome that we wanted. Yeah.